dolls, and welcome back to another video. Today I have a little bit of a vintage show and tell and a thrift haul for you. I have picked up some pieces while thrifting with you last week, and also just some pieces that I picked up at a different thrift store, one from a market and then one piece that was sent to me, and I really want to share all of these pieces with you. Most of these pieces are from the 60s and 70s, or at least have that very distinct style. And this time I got so lucky because I found some pieces from the times that are actually still in their original packaging. So we are gonna unpack them together. But yeah, let's just start with the first store. At the thrift stores where I go to, they always pack everything in bags for you, which is so lovely. And we have to start with this dress. So I think I said it while I was leaving the building that the lady working there, she told me that they were having a 50% off all summer clothes sale. And she just kind of like looked at what I had. She was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it all as summer pieces. So this dress ended up being $2, which I cannot believe, because look at it. Isn't this the most gorgeous late 60s going into the 70s milkmaid dress? It's so stunning. It is handmade. I have to see whether it fits. I can't really give you a try on with this because of how small it is and how pregnant I am. However, I do think I need to let it out a little bit for this to fit. This is very, very, very small. However, but the great thing about buying vintage is that often when you open the back up, you can see all the seam allowance. Like, people used to make their clothes with a lot more seam allowance, and that gives you as a second time wearer the option to let them out at least a little bit. Like, there's a decent amount of fabric in different areas, so maybe I'll be able to fit into this, because I feel like it might still be a little small even not pregnant anymore. But I absolutely adore it. I feel like it's such a sweet little piece. I love the colors, the yellow with the orange, and this is a patchwork dress. Like, you can see that it's made from different panels of different fabric. There's this one and then also this one. However, this fabric right here that has like the patchwork style does have the same fabric within it. It's just so stunning. I love the sleeves and the square neckline, and it also does have a square neckline in the back. And this was just such a great find. And I found this in a section where they were selling dundles and like all the classic clothes. And I feel like this just goes to show you that you have to look in every little place of the thrift store to find the great pieces. But this is one of the best finds I had in such a long time. The lining is done so beautifully. I feel like because people used to make their clothes themselves, they are constructed so much better. Like, for example, this band up here that holds the neckline in place just is a little thicker. Like, there is some sort of foam almost underneath it, like a thicker lining, and that just helps it to stay up. And then in here it does have these little buttoned hooks, and you can put your bra strap in there, because oftentimes when pieces have these like deeper or wider necklines, it's kind of hard to find a bra that works with it. So you could clip your bra strap in there so that everything just stays in place. I tell you, vintage pieces are so beautifully constructed and the quality is incredible. Someone even fully lined this. I cannot wait to wear it. There's some way I'm gonna make it happen. And if after all measuring and all trying, I'm not able to make it a size that works for me, I will give it away to you dolls. Next up, at that same shop, I got this coat. And the lady has said she even gave me 50% off this coat, which was so kind, because this clearly isn't a summer piece and I didn't expect it. I need to see whether I can get this cleaned a little more, because it does have that kind of like dusty thrift store look that I feel like sometimes I have great luck washing out, but not always. But this is what it looks like, and I'm gonna wear it to Christmas, New Year's Eve, all these fun events, maybe my birthday, because that's in winter as well. These brocade jackets got so popular starting in the mid-60s, and they gained a lot of popularity throughout the end of the decade when they would kind of like be reworked in penny lane coats. It's interesting how this fabric would have been also really popular in like a Stevie Nicks kind of penny lane style. However, because of the way that this is cut, because it is a classic Aalen cut, which was definitely more popular in the mid-60s, this is what makes me date this piece more to like the mid-60s. It does have a bow in the back, and I love the buttons, and I wish you could feel them because these are so heavy, such wonderful quality. There are a couple of these up here, and then the rest of the buttons are snap buttons that get hidden away in the jacket. Let me see whether this has a tag or anything. It sure looks like there was something up here at some point. And there maybe was something down here. A lot of vintage coats have the tag sewn in like this area, like right down by the seam. This one doesn't, but it's not handmade. This is definitely store-bought. That it definitely did have a tag at some point, and also by the way that it is just generally made. But I cannot wait to wear this. This is such a stunning piece. I love the silver speckles. It's just so stunning. Does have some hidden pockets right here. Yeah, just such a beautiful piece, and I'm truly glad that I found this. And then last but not least, in that first thrift store, oh yeah, I just see my receipt down here. The total came out to $7. I think it was 4 for the coat, 2 for the dress, and then 1 for this, because I think she checked this out as a shirt, which it's definitely something in between. It's like a tunic. This reminds me a lot of what Estrella wears in Almost Famous. That's Bijou Phillips' character, I believe. She wears something like this, and it is very much that kind of style that Led Zeppelin went for in the early 70s. It's so stunning, like the psychedelic prints, the big sleeves, and just the way that it is cut. It's very low cut, so I think I might go bra free with this, but it's just such a stunning piece. It ties around your waist. It's super short right now, but I feel like once the bump is gone, it's definitely gonna be a little longer. However, I think you still need to wear something with it because it is a little sheer, but I adore it. I'm definitely gonna wear this as like a little mini dress. Maybe also in that kind of style that Patty Boyd chose to go to Haight-Ashbury. I feel like that would kind of be the look that I want to go for. It's a little big on me. It's a size medium to large. Jennifer Taylor, not a vintage piece. I think, just judging by the tag, I would say this is most likely 90s or early 2000s, but I do love it, and it works so well. It's such a beautiful piece. Look at all the colors, and it's just so stunning. I fell in love with it the moment that I saw it. Now, moving on to the second store. They put it in this bag. I think they just get bags donated, and then they re-give you those. So let me get that out because it's so crinkly if I always reach into that bag. So I got 2 pieces of clothing, a bunch of really exciting pieces because I found hair accessories from the 1960s that are still wrapped, and some planters. But let's start with the clothes. My total here came out to $12. The first piece that I picked up is this gorgeous blouse. This one was $2.90, and it's like this, and it's this stunning penny lane cotton blouse. It doesn't have like the ruching down here, and I'm thinking about cropping it and maybe adding that, but it's just so stunning. Look at all the beautiful embroidery, the blue colors. It does have some embroidery on the sleeves. It fits me really nicely, and I really love the collar. I think that's something that you see a little less often with these kind of styles. The tag says made in Greece, which I kind of assumed judging by the shape of these embroideries up here, and also the blue and white is very typical Greece. Emcan polyester and cotton blend. It's just so beautiful, and there's a telephone number. I mean, I'm sure that doesn't get me anywhere anymore, but can you imagine just calling into a shop? That must have been so wonderful. Yeah, so I'm really excited about this piece. It's super light and airy, and I feel like it's going to be the perfect piece for next summer. And then I got these shorts because I saw them and I was like, there's no way I'm passing up a piece of 1960s or early 70s vintage shorts. And they fit me. They don't button, but I'm sure they will fit next summer or just during fall and winter. These have the perfect like 60s going into the 70s cut, where yes, they are kind of short, but they also do have that like classic short structure that came from the 1950s. Just the waist is starting to slowly come down, and then they have a little white button, and they're just so stunning. Such a cute pair of shorts, and I just couldn't pass these up. They were just laying out on a random table, and I think they were €1, so these were really inexpensive. I adore shorts, like layered shorts. Anything shorts for a 60s and 70s look is just always perfect. Okay, now on to a couple decor things. Before then, I will make my way back to clothes. I got 2 little planters. I got this one. This was $2.10. Isn't it so sweet? I don't know what I'm gonna put in those yet. Maybe not even plants, but I just couldn't pass this up with like the little flowers and everything. This almost reminds me of like a little baking dish that my mom got in France several years ago when I was still a kid. But I feel like these aren't as high. They're like a little wider, but so beautiful. I love anything that's just kind of like handmade like this. And then I got this little pot because it's so sweet. This, I'm pretty sure, is actually a pot because it does even have like the little plastic thingy on the bottom that you could take out so that the water leaks. This one says design by... Unfortunately, it's cut off because of the hole. Something Beck for J. Luber or something. Very, very sweet. This is such a random little sweet thing, but these are the kind of things that I like to fill my house with. Whatever is in eyesight in my house, I just want to have like a pretty version of. Okay, and then I came by this huge bin. I think I showed it to you in the thrift with me, of Wenco hair accessories. And they had so many, a lot of them double, but also like so many different. So let's unpack them, because aren't they so beautiful? And so cool that they're still in the original sealing and packaging. So they were $4, some of them $3 back then. But obviously, it's been a long time. They were between €1 and €2 now. I just want to open them as carefully as possible. I don't know what it is about vintage, like wrapping. I never want to destroy it. So careful. That was a little harsher than I anticipated. This is the first one that I got. I love it. I cannot wait to wear it. Let's see, maybe I can just put it here to kind of like show you, but obviously you should on a bigger hair strand, but this is what it's gonna look like eventually. I feel like this one I'm most likely gonna use. Oh wow, it closes really heavily. Like, that's tight. That is very well made. I love it. I'm most likely gonna use this for hairstyles like what I'm wearing today, where you just kind of like take a portion of your hair and clip it in the back. But this style was definitely very popular in the 60s with the circles. Next, let's try these golden ones. And then I have a couple of fun plasticky ones. Oh, I just don't want to ruin it. I'm trying to be so careful. Maybe that is enough. Can I kind of like flinch them out? I think I can maneuver them out of there like this. Yes. So these are golden. I mean, not real gold. And they're made in France, which is just so cool. A lot of things that you now get in Europe are not made in Europe anymore. So this is always a great thing to see. This is what it looks like from the front. I'm just gonna put it here again. We need to see how it closes first. I think I need to go under. Oh yeah, I have to go under the thing. That's good to know. That'll be helpful. All right. Oh, that is sweet. I think I would probably place them up here, or maybe even on the sides of my head. That is so sweet. Even just here. I love it. Wow. I'm so excited. This was such a great find. I got so lucky that day. And then I got, I think these are the same, one set of orange and then one set of bright green little clippers. So let's see if I can get those out. Wait, these are so cool. Let's see the orange ones. Because I'm rather sure that they're the same. Now that I see the green one from that side. Yeah, they are the same. But they are so fun to be like combined like this. Wait, let's see if I can put them maybe a little further up my hair. The quality of these is incredible. Because they're actually wrapped with like a little string. That's what I mean when I say that like vintage pieces will hold you forever, because the quality is insanely well. Because the quality is usually just so good. That is so sweet. And then maybe even like layering the green one underneath. Oh, can you imagine being a girl in the 60s and being so excited to collect these in every color under the moon? I love them. They're so cool. What a great find, honestly. That thrift store is very hit or miss, like a lot of the time. Like this time, for example, before I found those hair clips, I had been going through it for like almost an hour, I want to say, and I couldn't find anything. And then all of a sudden you hit the jackpot, and that is honestly, for me, what thrifting is all about. It's all about the treasure hunt. Next up, I have another piece from the 1960s. So I got this at a different thrift store, and I'm starting to build my daughter her wardrobe. If you're new here, I'm giving birth to my second child very soon, a daughter, and I already have a son. And so we already have a bunch of like beautiful 60s and 70s vintage kids clothes. However, because I had a son first, I don't have any dresses. And now whenever I come by a little vintage dress, I need to pick it up. And I came by the most beautiful little 60s dress. Just take a look at this one. Isn't this the sweetest thing you've ever seen? Now this is definitely big. I'm gonna assume that this is for like a kid that's maybe 1.5, something like that, maybe just turned 2. It's definitely way too big for a baby, but it's just so beautiful that I had to pick it up for her. And I love the green and white and the little colored piping and the little ruffles up here, and it just has one button, which I think is very convenient, so there's a lot of room to move around in, and it's also very light, and I'm assuming fully made from cotton. So just a very, very stunning little vintage girl's dress. And when she'll wear this in a couple of years, I'm gonna make sure to take a picture and post it somewhere so that you can see. But yeah, that is far off in the future. And then I got 2 more things that are a little random, because I got these pants at a market a couple of weeks ago. We went to like a local fair where they just had different vendors selling, and this one guy had a bunch of these beautiful pants that looked like silk to me, but I was like, there's no way he's just selling beautiful silk pants in the middle of this fair. Turns out he was, because I took a look in here inside the tag, and these are actually 70% silk, 30% viscose, made in India, hand wash only in cold water. That's what you're supposed to do with silk. But I love them. These are so beautiful. They have the most wide leg that you've ever seen. These are perfect. They remind me of what Pamela Curse would sell in her Themis boutique, and they're just so stunning. I adore the green and the yellow and all the colors and the pattern. It's just such a truly beautiful pair of pants that I just had to pick them up. And I love the big elastic up here because it means you can wear it while pregnant and afterward. I usually don't like the look of an elastic, and that is still the case with those, so I usually wear like a thick belt on top of these, but they're just so beautiful and I cannot wait to style them a million ways. And then last but not least, I got a little bit of PR. I got a parcel by 70s Soul. Now 70s Soul has sent me things before. It's this wonderful brand based in England, and they make dreamy pieces from recycled silk mostly. I'm just gonna put up a picture of the set that you see me wear a lot from them. And their owner, Nat, she reached out and she asked me whether I want a dress that is maternity friendly, nursing friendly, and has pockets. And I was like, of course I want that. And so she sent me this. And this dress has to be one of the most stunning pieces I've ever seen. Here is her little tag, but I'll have everything linked in the description box. It does have a tie detail up here, which is perfect for nursing or not, whatever you're planning to do. The sleeves are stunning, balloon sleeves, and then it does have pockets all the way down here. It twirls in the most beautiful fashion. I'm just gonna put up a video here of me wearing this because this has to be one of the most beautiful pieces of clothes anyone has ever made, and it reminds me so much of that kind of like late 60s hippie look, something you would wear to Woodstock, and it's just almost too stunning to be true, and I'm so glad. And I'm honestly so thankful. I cannot wait to wear this dress a million times. I've had it for a week now and I've already worn it twice. It's just so beautiful. But yeah, that is it. That brings me to the end of today's little vintage show and tell haul. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know which of these pieces was your favorite. I have such a hard time choosing because I treasure everything so much. I'm just so grateful that I get the opportunity to thrift, and I'm so thankful for all the wonderful pieces that I always end up finding. However, as proven, sometimes it takes a while to get into it, sometimes you don't find anything, and that is fine as well. Thrifting isn't about going out, finding the piece you love, buying it and taking it home. It's a lot more about figuring out what your style is and then always being ready to spot those pieces and take them home with you. But yeah, let me know what your favorite piece was and also what's on your thrifting list right now, because I feel like I always have things on a list that I'm like, one day I would love this and that. For example, right now I'm looking for a pair of slippers to wear around the house, preferably from the 60s and 70s. But I feel like there are so many fun things that you always keep your eyes out for. I would also love a painted leather coat or something. But yeah, one day I just know I will come by those pieces. And also a diaper bag. I'm looking a little more intense for a vintage diaper bag. I'm looking a lot on eBay and maybe I'll find one. I'll see. Thank you for tuning in today, spending a little time with me. I love these chatty sit down videos. It feels like I'm just talking to a friend. But yeah, I hope you have a beautiful day. Go out, enjoy the sunshine, take yourself some time to focus on you and your mental health today, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye dolls!